You've been lied to. Every diet plan, every fitness influencer, every eat less, move more article you've ever read, they were written for a 35-year-old body, not yours. And here's the part nobody tells you. Losing belly fat after 70 is a completely different biological challenge. The rules have changed. Your hormones have changed. Your metabolism has changed. And if you keep following advice designed for younger people, you will keep failing, and you'll spend the rest of your life blaming yourself for something that was never your fault. But today that stops, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what the science says actually works for people over 70, not theory, not guesswork. Real research from real universities, and some of it will genuinely shock you. Stay with me, because around the 4-minute mark, I'm going to reveal the one thing most doctors never mention that is almost certainly making your belly fat worse every single night. You don't want to miss that. Let's start with the truth. Part 1. Why your belly keeps growing, and it's not what you think. Here's the first thing you need to understand. After 70, belly fat is not a willpower problem. It is a hormonal, biological, age-driven shift happening inside your body, whether you eat perfectly or not. Here's what's actually going on. As you age, your body produces less growth hormone. Growth hormone is the chemical that tells your body to burn fat and build muscle. Less of it means fat gets stored more easily, especially around your midsection. At the same time, your cortisol sensitivity increases. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and when cortisol stays elevated, your body does one very specific thing. It packs fat directly around your organs. That's called visceral fat, and it's the dangerous kind. The kind linked to heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Then there's muscle loss. After 70, the average person loses 1 to 2% of their muscle mass every single year. And muscle is your metabolic engine. Less muscle means your body burns fewer calories at rest and even while you sleep. So your body is storing more fat, burning less of it, and holding on to it like a savings account it refuses to touch. That is the real enemy. And once you understand it, you can fight it correctly. Part 2. The diet myth that's destroying your progress. Let me ask you something. Have you ever cut your calories dramatically, stuck to it for weeks, and still barely lost any weight around your belly? You're not broken. You were following the wrong advice. Here's what the research actually shows. A study published in the journal Obesity found that severe calorie restriction in adults over 65 caused significant muscle loss without proportional fat loss. In other words, the people who ate dramatically less got weaker and frailer, but their belly fat barely budged. Why? Because when you starve your body, it doesn't just burn fat, it burns muscle first. And losing muscle makes everything worse. Your metabolism slows further, your belly stays, and now you're weaker too. The science-backed approach is different. Instead of eating less, the focus needs to shift to eating smarter, specifically eating more protein. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that adults over 70 need significantly more protein per pound of body weight than younger adults, simply to maintain muscle. When protein intake is increased, the body has less reason to cannibalize muscle. Metabolism stays higher, and fat loss, real fat loss, becomes possible. The target that keeps appearing in the research. Aim for 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Eggs, chicken, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, legumes, these aren't just healthy foods. They are your primary weapons against belly fat after 70. And pair that protein with fiber. Fiber slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and directly reduces visceral fat over time. People who consistently eat more fiber carry measurably less belly fat than those who don't, even with similar calorie intake. Part 3. The exercise truth. Cardio is not the answer. If your plan to lose belly fat involves long walks or light cardio, I need you to hear this. Cardio alone will not reduce belly fat after 70. The science on this is clear. A landmark study published in the EUSISAN in der Journal of Applied Physiology compared 3 groups of older adults. One doing cardio only, one doing resistance training only, and one doing both. The group doing cardio alone lost almost no visceral fat. The group doing resistance training saw significant reductions, and the combined group did even better. Why? Because resistance training rebuilds the muscle you've been losing, More muscle means a higher resting metabolic rate. And a higher resting metabolic rate means your body burns more fat, not just during exercise, but all day long. While you sit, while you watch TV, while you sleep, you do not need to lift heavy weights. You do not need a gym membership. Body weight squats, wall push-ups, resistance bands, seated leg raises, even these done consistently and 3 times a week, have been shown in clinical trials to reduce visceral fat, improve insulin sensitivity, and rebuild metabolic function in adults over 70. The goal is not to exhaust yourself. The goal is to give your muscles a reason to stay. Part 4. The nighttime secret your doctor probably never mentioned. This is the part I promised you earlier, and I want you to really pay attention here, because most people have no idea this is happening to them. Sleep. Specifically, poor sleep is one of the most powerful drivers of belly fat accumulation in older adults, and almost nobody talks about it. Here's the mechanism. When you sleep poorly, your body produces more ghrelin. That's the hunger hormone, and less leptin. That's the fullness hormone. You wake up hungrier, you stay hungrier, and your willpower to resist carbohydrates and sugar drops significantly. But it gets worse. Poor sleep directly elevates cortisol. Remember cortisol, the hormone that sends fat straight to your midsection? One bad night can spike your cortisol for the entire next day. String together a week of poor sleep, and your body is in a near constant fat-storing state. A study from the University of Chicago found that adults who slept only 5.5 hours per night lost 55% less fat than those sleeping 8.5 hours, even when both groups were on identical diets. The belly fat you're struggling to lose may not be a food problem. It may be a sleep problem. What to do? Keep a consistent sleep and wake time, even on weekends. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Avoid screens for at least 45 minutes before bed. And if you wake frequently through the night, speak to your doctor about sleep apnea, which is dramatically underdiagnosed in people over 70 and is a direct contributor to visceral fat accumulation. Part 5, the simple daily habit with outsized results. Now I want to give you something practical, something you can start tomorrow. Walking after meals. Not a long walk, not a power walk, just 10 to 15 minutes of easy walking within 30 minutes of eating. Research published in Sports Medicine found that post-meal walking significantly lowered blood sugar spikes compared to sitting or even exercising at other times of day, and chronically elevated blood sugar, even slightly elevated, is one of the primary triggers of visceral fat storage in older adults. This one small habit, done consistently after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, can create a meaningful reduction in belly fat over weeks and months, not because of the calories burned. The calorie burn is minimal, but because of what it does to your blood sugar, your insulin response, and your metabolic rhythm. 3 short walks a day. That's it. Let me bring this all together. Losing belly fat after 70 is not about suffering through starvation. It is not about punishing yourself with hours of cardio, and it is absolutely not about willpower. It is about understanding what your body actually needs at this stage of life, and giving it exactly that. More protein, more fiber, resistance training 3 times a week, quality sleep, and a short walk after every meal. These are not opinions. These are evidence-backed strategies specifically validated in older adults, and they work. Your body is not betraying you. It just needs a different approach than the one you've been given. Start with one thing from this video. Just one, and build from there. If this gave you something valuable, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this information. Subscribe if you want more science-backed content like this. And if you know someone over 70 who's been struggling with this, share this video with them. It could genuinely change something for them. I'll see you in the next one.